Hello, Joe here from HowNotToDraftMTG, bringing you a little Innistrad block draft. Just joining the queue here and wanted to do an intro before I did, so I get more time to pick. I decided to do another one hot off the heels of my previous draft because I actually enjoyed it quite a lot, and a lot more than I thought I would, which is interesting because my initial impressions of this set were that it was a bit boring, and I got pretty fed up with it, to be honest. Probably played a little too much of Innistrad as a bit, but you know, that's how things go. But yeah, no, I really enjoyed it, so I'm back again for another one, and I'll see you with the first pick in a minute. Wow. I'm pretty lucky. I literally just unpaused this video and was like, whoa. Yeah, so I guess I'm taking Sorin and trying to force that token thing. I don't actually know how much this guy's worth. I'm gonna take this 55 seconds, whatever, to try and find that out. So menu, community, marketplace, classifieds. Looks like I'm doing another draft, guys. Just thought I'd let you guys know. Sorin. 18. Wow, nice. Well, definitely doing another draft. I've been having some luck today. Luck recently, actually. Let's just quickly look at the cards. So Burning Oil is pretty good. Sea Kite's pretty good. Ghoul is pretty good, but obviously nothing compares to Lord of Innistrad. Also, Collar's pretty powerful as well. I think if I was to pick a next pick, probably the Oil because it's the removal, and then probably toss up probably the Sea Kite because I like blue. But I think it'd probably be pretty fair to pick one of these guys then, or the Highborn Ghoul. But yeah, Lord of Innistrad it is. White black. See if we can make that happen. I'm kind of thinking here that maybe I should just kind of go with how the cards go as opposed to caring so much about making this happen. And if I can end up in one of those colours and then splash the off colour, that's pretty cool. Now I hear this is pretty powerful with the 1/1 Death Touch rats. Which is pretty cool. Our other options in black are pretty terrible. Apart from this is quite cool. And then in white, there's no options. Red, you got Rack with Madness. Green, we got Scorned Villager. I'm tempted to take the Quiver here because I think, regardless, it's still quite a powerful card. Sorry, that's probably very annoying. But if we manage to go black and get one of those rats, it'd be pretty good. Or it's the Harrowing Journey. Card draw against life. I think damage always wins. Okay, well there's a few white cards here. So there's a red card again, where there's a Hollowhenge Spirit, which is pretty powerful. An Archangel's Light, which is a mythic, and it's not worth it really, I don't think. I think I'd rather just a Spirit. Or is Burden of Guilt better? I think a Spirit is powerful enough, and white and black is going to have quite a bit of removal, so I'm happy to take a Spirit here. Okay, so options. Midnight Guard. I mean, I don't want to feel like I'm pigeonholing myself, but I think being able to play Sorin in white with Hollowhenge Spirit and maybe one of these white cards is probably better than maybe like Kessig Recluse or Hinterland Hermit, without having any cards in that colour. So I think I'm looking just at white cards here, and Gavny Ironright's pretty good, Silklaw Griffin's pretty good, and so is Midnight Guard. I'm not sure which one's the best. I'm kind of leaning towards the Griffin, but although that's double white. I know Midnight Guard's good. Probably better than the Ironright. Probably between these two now. I think I'm going to sway for the Midnight Guard because I know it's good, at the very least, whereas the Griffin, it's expensive. Okay, so there's not a lot here. Well, there's a few cards, but I think we're too interested in. Let's go with a cost sort. Now, we have a Harrowing Journey, which is always fun. Everyone loves not a brainstorm, a Ancestral Recall. And there's a Highborn Ghoul. And there's other cards in other colours. So the other option is that we go green, and we go white-green with a splash of black. So I think that's a decision that needs to be made here. I think the fact that I haven't got any really of the white-black good token cards, and you kind of have to expect by pack 5 that they're going to be gone. I'm going to maybe look at maybe going green now. Okay. So again, no token cards, no white-black cards. So Lost in the Woods. Meh. It's very meh. However, there is a Evolving Wilds that might be worth picking up so we can get Sorin's Black Mana somehow. The other option being, of course, a Heavy Mattock is quite good, and Young Wolf is also very good. I think we're going to get the Evolving Wilds now. That's quite good. Ooh, that's good. I like the look of Dawn Treader Elk for us. Some mana fixing. So I think white-green might be a place to go. Not looking terrible. Now the question is, do we go for... I don't know, what does this make? Vampires. I mean, it doesn't really care so much about tokens, does it, Sorin? I think something like the bears is pretty powerful for us. Deadly Allure, nah. I think the bears, just getting a dude. Wow. Now, should we have 2 Evolving Wilds? We haven't seen any bonkers enchantments yet. Is this guy any good? I'm not sure. I think probably having 2 Evolving Wilds and a Dawn Treader Elk would definitely mean we could splash Sorin. So it might be worth considering. Yeah, I'm going to go for it. Might be the wrong play. Oh, there we go. So we could get this guy anyway, but I think we'll probably take the Dryad because it's better. I'm not a fan of the double mana cost on that. Plus, I think this game is pretty dominated by early dudes. I'm just going to take the Mythic Rare because Mythic Rares are cool. Oh wow, that's nice. Crushing Vines is a pretty nice sideboard card. Bar the Door for the sideboard and signals. Okay, well I was talking about Heavy Mattock and here's one right now for us. Probably not as good as I think it is, but that's usually true of most cards. So I'm going to hide these. I'm going to hide land actually in general, although I do know I have 2 Evolving Wilds. I'm going to leave this guy around for now. Let's kind of see how many more humans we get. So our green is semi-rewarded, I guess. I mean, there's 3 rares in this pack, which is just ridiculous. The question here is, I mean, we can't obviously deal with these, but is it Mare of Avabrook or Travel Prep? I kind of think Mare might be better. And, you know, Travel Prep, I know probably very unlikely, but it might come back. But Mare is a bit of a bomb. I'm getting really lucky with these pulls, and I do know that. I apologise if you guys are sitting there and getting terrible cards. Apparently I got them all. And there we go. Is the Mystics good for us? I think the Mystics is probably a good call for us. Nice dude. Damn, our curve's pretty stuck. The best card in the pack is probably the Silent Departure. In fact, pretty much everything else is pretty woeful. I'm tempted, and it's probably not. It's not nice to other people, but I'm tempted just to steal this away, just so I don't have to deal with it. What with having my a werewolf there and a werewolf there, I kind of feel like this will be a pain in the bum to deal with. That being said, I could use this to protect it, but then they can always flash it back. So I think Silent Departure always wins that. Okay. So I think now we get to get ourselves a bit of removal in Blazing Torch. I think I'd like to have this, but I think removal is kind of key. So we'll take that. Seems we're actually a little light on removal at the moment. Maybe not running this. Okay, I was worried there for a second that we'd DC'd, but apparently not. Well, I think there's really only one pick for us here, the Elder Cathar. and we're quite happy with it, but we're passing past another silent departure there. Some other lucky person got us, didn't see a blood hall like us. Okay, straight to the next pack. How goes Trepanation Blade? It can be a bit of a blowout, but also it can be terrible. Unruly Mob. That's a pretty nice card. And then there's obviously Flash Snake. I think maybe because I think maybe Mob, because then it combos with our Averbrook guy a little bit more in our Cathar. It's always good to have the combos. Okay. Maybe pick up a big dude like this for the sideboard against maybe some sort of highly aggressive red-blue deck. I don't know. You know, we saw Burning Vengeance there. I don't think I need Caravan Vigil. I've got the Elk and I've got the 2 Evolving Wilds, so I think I'm going to take a Scavenger. Okay. I think Grizzled Outcast is pretty cool for us. I'm kind of wary that we're relying quite a lot on werewolves here, so I'm hoping we get some more removal in the next pack. Ghost Quarter for the sideboard. Selfless Kahar, that works fine. Why not? Sideboard option. Actually not too... I think we've got maybe enough werewolves to consider Moon Mist at some point, but when we get there we'll decide. These are all terrible. This is a card. Don't know if we're playing it, but definitely a card. We'll take a Woodland Sleuth. Okay, so I think we're looking really at maybe some more removal. That's what we want. Oh, there's Scarbrunnator. In terms of white and green, there's very little cards. I mean, Moment of Heroism? Is that Embolch? Are they really the only cards in this pack? Excuse me while I find out how much Scarbrunnator's worth. I know it's not a lot, but oh, it's selling for 2. Is that buying to 1.1? I mean, is there anything better in this pack? I mean, there's the Noble, I guess, which we could chuck in on the splash. I think it's alright with the amount of fixing we've got to splash 2 single colour cards. Yeah, why not? Ooh, there's a few picks here for us. Okay, so the Juggernaut is always an all-star. Mausoleum Guard, very good. Goes well with our human synergies. Grizzled Outcast, but I think we can maybe hope to get this guy back. To that end, I'm going to hide him. I'm actually leaning... I don't know, because these guys are both really good. I kind of feel like this guy might be better for us, because it's just synergy. You know how synergy's good. And we have to promote it so much. Yeah, I'm going to go Mausoleum Guard. Wow. Oh, God. Damn it. I kind of want Guy's Catcher's Rig, but I also kind of want Rebuke. I think Guy's Catcher's Rig is better. Just because it's a dude and removal for something that we can't really deal with, so... Okay, there's a few cards here. It would have been nice to have this if we were a white-black token deck, but alas, of mice, plans of mice and men and all that. Really it's a toss-up between Cloistered Youth and Smite. I kind of feel like we need more removal. We've got what, Torch? And then very little until we get to Geist, so I think kind of Smite kind of fills a gap that we could probably do with. Chapel Geist fits nicely into our plan. 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 Chapel So does Orchard Spirit. Some nice cards for our deck, just filling it out a little bit. Now, this pack is very similar to the previous one, where we had a tough decision. Is Smite the Monstrous good with 2 of them? I don't know, I kind of feel like the cards that Smite hits are the cards that we're going to have trouble with, so... I don't know. It'd be nice if we were red and we could have that. The other option being maybe like Spider Grasp and Unruly Mob, Lumberknot. I kind of think this is just powerful enough. Wow. Yeah, I think I'll take a second Guy Sketches rig. Can't have too many of them. I'm just going to take away probably the best card, which is that. As what I said, I thought that might come back round for us. Probably the Ritual is best. Okay. Don't know what we're dropping here. Probably at the drop. Well, no, I think it's probably a bit too heavy. We need to look really at what we're playing. I don't think the quiver makes it anymore. Need to look at our human count is one thing. How many are we at? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's good. That's like a quarter of a deck. I'm gonna pause here because something's taking forever. I don't think we're ever going to end up playing Lumberknot into the deck, so I might just take the makeshift mauler away from someone. This kind of feels like the 23. These cards obviously not being quite where they should be. This can be annoying. Why not? Let's return cards. Okay. I'm gonna just build the deck and then show you it after I've done, so see you after. So I'm here now with 22 plus the 2 Evolving Wilds, and I'm not sure whether I should have 23 or play 18 with the, knowing that I have 2 Evolving Wilds. Because really the Evolving Wilds obviously mean that I go straight through those, so that's like 2 cards in one when you draw one, so I don't know. It's a tough one. What are my options? I guess Crushing Vines is an option. Scavenger, a Dryad. Cobbled Wings is alright. Wolf Hunter's Quiver's okay, and so is Heavymatic. So I don't think the Dryad makes it. I think I've got enough bears type creatures to deal with that. Crushing Vines is an option. It does destroy creatures with flying, but then I've got quite a lot that does that anyway. The Quiver helps me kill things, so that's quite cool. So maybe Vines is out. Matuk, I don't know, it seems expensive maybe. Cobbled Wings is an option for some of these like just dumb dudes like the Crystal Outcasts or the Elf One Mystics. Who can't fly on their own but could do with a hand. And then I think we've got enough big dudes, so it's between these two. I think I could probably stretch it to try Cobbled Wings this time. Maybe that being the card that gets replaced if need be. So let's add land. It's just 762. I think I can get behind that. It's power colour. Cool. Okay then, I'll take this into game 1 and I'll see you guys there. Thanks for watching.